Hello everybody, this is Rene with Neptune Cigars. We're here at the PCA 2025 in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I can think of no better way to start the day, the second day, with my friend Nick Melillo of Foundation Cigars.
Great to see you.
Nick,
Great to see
a pleasure to see you as always, man. This is the 4th year in a row I get to see you and hang out with you. And it's truly a pleasure, man, to talk cigars.
Pleasure's mine.
So, if I seem a little sluggish, it's because I just had a crazy po' boy breakfast sandwich.
You went hard.
I went hard, you know, and it's probably a bad idea considering I've been doing a lot of walking today.
Yes.
But yeah, speaking of that, what do you think of Louisiana, man?
I love Louisiana. I'm shocked, man. I thought Louisiana was going to be a little different. I'm surprised how much the city's changed and how much excitement there is.
Yeah.
The streets were packed last night. I mean, it's great to see the city alive and see all the cigar community. It's huge for us because I haven't been here in 10 years.
Yeah?
We launched Foundation 10 years ago here in New Orleans.
I didn't know that part.
That was our first show 10 years ago.
Man,
so it's
time flies.
For us.
Does it feel like it went by in the blink of an eye?
It does, man.
Yeah.
It feels like a blur. You know, it's just been nonstop.
Yeah.
Grinding. So to go from where we started in 2015, you know, I was here. Luckily, I had 2 friends. One of them's here today helping out, and we launched with one brand in 2015. And here we are, 30 by 50 booth. We have 7 brands. A lot of line extensions, so it's amazing.
You're doing good for yourself.
Trying, man, trying.
And
committed to it.
Yeah. So you like New Orleans though? You like the food? You like going out, or you're?
I gotta stay away from the food, man.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. I gotta stay away from the shellfish and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I had these like fried oysters with grated cheese and butter. I mean, insane.
All right, enough about that.
Yes, I can go on all day about it.
So I guess let's talk shop. You know, what are we looking at for 2025?
So we have our 10-year anniversary that we're showing here at the show. I did 2 boxes. First, we have the 20 count collector's box. I really love this style.
Wow.
This is based on an old box from the 20s from Hoya de Monterrey, which is the Cuban brand back in the day. I don't know if you can get that one to pop. It's kind of tough. We did a special hybridized wrapper of Connecticut broadleaf and Connecticut Cuban seed.
All right.
Called the H2. So you got the best of all worlds. The Connecticut broadleaf sweetness, the earthiness, and then we got the spice from the Cuban seed.
Right.
All in one. Modafina binder. It's in this classic 7x58 Salomon size. So collector's box, and then we did the 10 count box. Which is
this one here?
Yeah, it's a little more, this is for all your collectors out there.
Yeah.
The 10 count is a little bit more conducive for the store.
It doesn't come out on camera, I'm sure, but the wrapper on this is very toothy. I love it. I love it, yeah.
Tooth in the oil, to me,
look at that. Wow.
That's how I want my wrappers.
Yes.
Toothy, oily,
I look for them.
That's where all the flavor is.
Even in one box, you can see like a couple that have more than others, and I'm like, that's the one I picked.
And I think you see that too with the Tabernacle sometimes in the 142s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice tray. They're just, I want to eat them.
Yeah, it's a bar of chocolate.
So these we're hoping to come out before the end of the year. We have some delays due to the fire in Nicaragua. So we're hoping by the end of the year. Yeah,
I hope so. That way you celebrate the 10th anniversary properly.
So our true 10 year is, we started shipping in September of 2015.
Okay.
So
you got time.
Yeah, we launched at the show before and then started shipping in 2015 September. So.
And these will be limited, right?
These will be limited. We did 750 boxes of the collectors and a couple thousand piece.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
MSRP?
These are a little pricey in the 35 range.
Okay.
Worth it.
It's like a Senator or a Night Commander.
Yeah. Yes.
Which I've had both of those, and those are absolutely worth every penny.
I love this size for specialty.
Yeah.
Perfectos for celebratory, limited.
Yeah, take your time with it, lay back.
So
that's
we got these babies, and then we're doing a line extension for the Wise Man line. I did 2 Lanceros. So a Maduro, which I reblended. I like to do these specialty size, I reblend them. Connecticut broadleaf, and then this is all Nicaraguan Corojo.
Corojo, yeah. I like the box, too, you know, it's
I
a little
like
unorthodox for you, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
All your boxes tend to be more on the slimmer,
Yes.
you know.
I wanted to change it up a little bit.
It's cool, yeah.
So, yeah, these should come out in fall time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we should be good for the fall on these.
Beautiful.
And then I did just a little limited event-only cigar. So I wanted to give the sales team a little tool when they're doing events, make events a little bit special.
Yep.
So I created this Primer Fabrica, it's called, 1810. So the first cigar factory in the United States was in Suffield, Connecticut in 1810. There's actually a monument where the factory stood that was erected by the Cigar Association in 1935.
Wow.
And it's a stone monument that says, here stood the first cigar factory in the United States.
Yeah.
So I called it First Factory. These are beautiful 5 3/4 by 60,
Oh, wow.
soft box press.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love them. Like the band, too.
Broadleaf, yeah, old school. I tried to really capture that time period where they smoked perfectos, the kind of band style from that time, 1800s.
What crest is that? Is that like from the monument, or?
This is actually the crest from Suffield, which is very interesting because it uses the sun, has some elements of the foundation
That's awesome.
logo, but yeah.
How the hell do you find all these things that always seem to tie together into the same theme,
Man,
almost?
I get into wormholes. And like, you know, when I'm up at night, I'm in, you know.
That's awesome.
I end up in so many different places and sourcing books and old books.
Do you read a lot?
I try to, man.
Yeah.
I try. It's tough sometimes because I'm so busy.
Yeah.
But when I'm in research for new brands and stuff, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by books constantly. So I'm never finishing something from the beginning to end. I'm always like,
You get what you need,
I
and
got
then
like
you're
a
like,
million books I'm reading out of at the same time.
That's what I like about you too, is that you're very prolific. Every single year, you don't have just 1 or 2 new things. You've got a table full of new things.
Yeah.
You know, you like to stay busy.
Yeah, I like to, you know, do some special, you know, we have the 7 core brands. I always wanted to have core brands, you know, for the shops. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
To have those cores, but then to have the line extensions, some special things.
Yeah.
To highlight the brand, highlight different blends.
Keep
I
things
think
fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. So I always try to have something. I don't like to overdo it, you know, too much. But our 7 brands, they're really, everyone has a rhyme and a reason. So we try to make something for all different palates. You know?
Yeah.
So
there is a cigar that you never talk about, but I'm curious. Talk about your relationship with Joe Rogan.
Oh, Joe, man, I mean, flattering, you know. Joe, he gives me a lot of free advertising. He's incredible.
I watch him, yeah.
You know, he shouts out Foundation constantly. I made him his own cigar, which is a Connecticut
That's what I was
broadleaf.
kind of getting to, yeah.
Yeah, so it's an offshoot of the Tabernacle. When I blended Tabernacle, I had 7 different blends. So it's one of those original 7, many of which it was really difficult to choose what made the final Tabernacle. So that's one of the 7 that
was not used.
was not used. I knew he would kind of like that from just what he drinks. He likes peaty scotches. He likes barbecue. He likes spice. So I knew he would really like that broadleaf blend. He was smoking the Wise Man's for a while. But
I think I saw him also with Tabernacle sometimes, you know. And
he had some 142s. I made him a special cigar for his Comedy Mothership club. So I made him, there was only 3 boxes and it was called the Comedy Mothership. I blended him something special there. He's got Charter Oaks in his humidor. He's got Foundation ashtray on the desk of every interview he does. There's a Foundation ashtray. It's really an honor. I love Joe.
I mean, he's got bazillions of viewers, right? But like when I watch, I always see the cigar smoking, and sometimes the guests will compliment the cigar, and I'm thinking, you know, we're in the industry. I'm like that's awesome that he's complimenting Foundation.
It's awesome.
You know?
I try to tell him, you know, for some guests, maybe have a Charter Oak.
Milder one, yeah.
Because to smoke that Rogan, if you're not a smoker.
Yeah, especially there for 3 hours, you're gonna turn green.
I haven't seen anybody turn white yet, but I'm surprised that it hasn't
Has he asked you to
happened.
come on or no?
No, man.
He should.
He hits me up on Instagram once in a while. Yeah, I recently got him a replica of the Ark of the Covenant. And people ask me, when are you coming out with the Rogan? When are you got?
Yeah.
I say, listen, you got to ask Joe. I don't own his logo. I would, of course, I would love to do it, but it's in Joe's hands.
I'm sure it's in the future. Yeah.
Whatever Joe says or requests,
You're there.
I'm there. He's a busy guy. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I know what I go through, and I'm in a small industry. I can't imagine what.
Yeah,
what
he must
goes
be.
through,
He doesn't have a spare minute.
And everybody wants a piece, So, but it's an honor.
That's awesome.
To be in the studio, and I love all his interviews and whether you agree with him or not. I think just the fact that he's trying to be honest and his search for truth.
That's right.
He's
very neutral too.
I love that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So you touched on this a little earlier. The fire. One of your business partners, AJ, just had a very bad fire in their facility, and I heard it was quite costly. And not just cost, but product. How does a brand that size go through that and not stumble?
Listen, Abdel is incredible in his work ethic and his commitment to the product. Thank God we didn't lose fermenting tobacco, baled tobacco. If that happened, then we would be in a really difficult situation. We lost a lot of packaging materials. We lost, unfortunately, a lot of aging cigars. Thank God nobody got hurt, because then that would have been really tragic.
It was overnight from what I heard, right?
What's that?
It happened overnight?
No, it happened in the morning, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I left there, weeks ago, and was right in the spot where it started. I was watching it live stream.
Yeah.
It was happening like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
So everybody got out, but it hit the part where all the paper goods were, right? So then that kind of extended, and then it hit the production floor. So it was rough. So things are going to be kind of tight. Tabernacle, Olmec, next 3 to 5 months.
Yeah.
If you see them, get them.
Grab them.
We're going to do our best, to allocate, but we have a very limited amount of inventory right now until we get back online. We're already starting. Luckily,
these weren't affected, right?
So luckily, this packaging material wasn't, but some of the cigars were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the issue right now is going to be aging time for cigars, and then just getting the packaging materials reprinted. So 3 to 5 months, we'll probably be back online, and it's just going to be a trickle into the market until we do. So, but we'll get through it. I've always said, since I started this industry, is about weather and storms, man.
We're a very resilient industry.
Yes.
Which leads me to my next question. Something that's on everyone's mind right now.
Yeah.
And for you, it might hit a little harder because you're, Nicaraguan based, but tariffs, the T word.
Yeah.
What do you think this might do to the tobacco industry?
Let me tell you, that came the day after the fire, I think. So we were getting,
that's true.
We were getting hit left and right. I think they lowered them. It's going to be the cost of doing business. We're going to have meetings after we sit down, after the show. We're going to sit down and see how we're going to structure, how this is going to work.
How it's going to be, it's still early to tell.
Still early to tell, and we don't know how, just in case they go away, how do we structure it? Do we maybe keep it as a separate line item on the invoice? So then in the future we can...
That's what the automobile industry is doing.
Yeah.
They're putting like a transportation fee or something like that,
That might be the best way. I think still, despite the tariffs, despite all these things, I think the cigar industry can understand tariffs more than most of the population.
That's true,
And, what's going on. And I think they won't be that egregious that it will still be way worth it to smoke a handmade product.
Yeah.
We wish we could make them in the States, but
Oh yeah, because you're not doing USA. You are doing USA Connecticut, aren't you? Or
we're doing USA Connecticut, but we ship the tobacco down to Nicaragua and
yeah.
ship it up. So
Yeah.
if we can roll, here, it would be maybe in the future.
Have you tossed that idea around? Yeah.
We have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And unfortunately, when you do manufacturing in the States, you come under the FDA. So
Yeah. Oh, that's
it's a
true. Yeah,
challenge.
which is another opponent. Yeah.
So it's a tough one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So Nick, in closing, just what are your future goals for 2026? What do you want to accomplish by next year?
Accomplished by next year, I would love to eventually get people coming up to our office in Connecticut. We're on a 300-acre farm, so we're trying to plan for having shops to eventually come up,
Oh, yeah.
tour the facility. And for us, it's just about strengthening our partnerships, strengthening the brand, strengthening our presence in the shop, and really educating people about each brand more.
Yeah.
Because I think certain brands people really know in our portfolio, other ones not as much. And then when people discover them, they're
Whereas it's been all my life.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
That's awesome. I want to go.
yeah, we got to get you there. We got to get you there.
Nick,
Yeah,
pleasure as always.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for taking the
Appreciate
time
you.
to us. Have a great
Thank you,
show, all
guys.
right?
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes, no.
Thank
And you guys, okay, so please stay tuned for the 10-year anniversary of, the Tabernacle here.
Yeah.
And this cigar looks amazing, and it doesn't probably come out on camera that well, but holy crap, it's toothy. I want to just eat it. Also, the Lancero Wisemen are coming out, 1810 pack.
Yeah.
Lot coming your way from Foundation as always. So as always, thanks for watching, you guys. See you next year.
Thank you.